But now it becomes even more interesting to understand what exactly BlackRock is and why this is something we all need to be very, very concerned about. My opinion, this is a takeover. This is a takeover by BlackRock of the world, if you will. Let's be very clear. BlackRock is probably the most powerful company in the world. BlackRock, as even this article points out, their CEO, Larry Fink, is easily, if not the one of the most powerful people on the planet. BlackRock controls the vast majority of the world's assets. The world's. Think about the control that takes. Now, if you want some kind of a motive for why somebody might trump the coronavirus numbers, or lie about it entirely, or make it happen to some degree, I think a all-encompassing financial takeover of the most financially equipped and militarily powerful country on the planet, that may just qualify, right? So again, realizing this overtly Israeli government-tied company that now basically has control over the U.S. government's finances, which does, and also has control over, or influences at the very least, Canada's central bank and the direction on which they invest, and on and on and on, it begins to look like this could have been at least one of the things that happened underneath all of what was going on. We just saw the essential takeover of our country, but all we can point to is China and Russia. The mainstream financial press has been remarkably quiet about the Federal Reserve's appointment, this was on March 24th, of BlackRock to manage its massive corporate debt purchase program in response to the COVID-19 crisis. Now, right off the bat, guys, realize the Federal Reserve is a private company. It is not a government institution. The very fact that they even have federal in their name is meant to confuse you. This was a organized deception. It is a private banking institute. Think of the Federal Reserve as essentially like the bank for the U.S. Treasury, right? Okay, so now this Federal Reserve is appointing somebody who now has control over the debt purchase program for the Treasury. So you now have a private company appointing somebody that has influence and overt control over the government's assets. And this is the point of having the private company pretending to be a government agency. We are being sold out. You as an American are being sold out.
Now I'm going to sign this, and it's a great honor. $6.2 trillion. I've never signed anything with a T on it. I don't know if I can handle this one, Mitch. We can't chicken out at this point, can we? I don't think so, huh? All right, thank you all. Good, I wanted that to be a nice signature.
Don't you think that we should vote? Or at least be told when something like this happens? I mean, I sure as hell was screaming about it, and I have been since. Where was the mainstream media? Right? They've been remarkably quiet about it. I wonder why. This is easily the most important financial move that's pretty much ever happened in this country.
An agenda controlling exactly what people think, and this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
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 Shh. Don't tell anybody.